I'm Jim Cahill, Senior Associate Director of ITS. I'm here today to give you an overview of a typical hybrid classroom at Holy Cross. These classrooms will allow you to see and hear your remote students, and for your remote students to see and hear you and what's going on in the classroom. A typical hybrid classroom consists of a high-quality camera, a high-quality ceiling mic, and a large flat panel display, in addition to the regular projection screen in the room. The camera and the mic pick up the video and audio of the room and send it to the remote students. Remote students' audio is broadcast over the sound system in the room, allowing you to hear them. And the remote students are visible on the large flat screen in the room, allowing you and your in-person students to see them. If you just use the chalkboard, the camera will pick up your writing, making it visible to the remote students. If you share content from a computer, such as PowerPoint slides, you'll use Zoom's screen sharing feature to make it visible to the remote students. More on that later. To get started, you will first need to understand the controls. To use the system, first make sure the room computer is on. Then, power up the projection and camera system by pressing the Display On button. It may take a few moments for everything to start up. You'll know it's ready when the On button stops blinking. Next, in order for Zoom to take advantage of the equipment in the room, the input source must be set to PC. This is because the high-quality camera and mic are hardwired into the classroom computer. Pressing this button will project the classroom computer's image on the projection screen and the large flat panel. With the computer turned on and selected as the input for the projector, the next step is to sign in. Use your network username and password or the Holy Cross account to sign into the computer. Let's talk about working with multiple monitors. Now you may be wondering why there are 1 or 2 monitors at the instructor workstation, depending on the room. The analogy I like to use is that the classroom essentially has a larger-than-life dual monitor setup, just like you may have at home. The projector is one monitor, and the flat panel is the other monitor. The screens at the instructor workstation simply mirror the content of the 2 larger monitors, hopefully preventing you from having to crane your neck to look at the various displays while arranging your content. So again, in essence, the room has a large dual monitor setup, and the extra screens you see simply mirror each other for convenience sake. To share your screen, you will need to launch Zoom. On a Mac computer, Zoom is on the dock. On a Windows computer, there is a shortcut on the desktop. Launch Zoom and sign into your Zoom account. Under the Meetings tab, find the meeting you scheduled for the class and start it. The Zoom meeting will now open. Make sure to unmute the mic and start the video. It should default to the room system's camera and mic, but if it doesn't, the names of the camera and mic are located next to the keyboard and can be selected in the appropriate pop-up in Zoom. This is just like changing the camera and mic inputs at home if you have different mics or cameras. You should now be able to see and hear your remote students if they have joined the meeting, and the camera and mic will be picking up the audio and the video from the classroom. Give a big wave, Mary. Now that you've launched the Zoom meeting, the next thing that you'll want to do is arrange your windows. You can think of this, again, as if it's a dual monitor setup. You can drag windows back and forth between the various screens in the room. If you're going to be sharing course content from a computer, I would recommend that you make sure that the Zoom window is on the large flat panel screen over to the side, allowing your course content to be up on the main projection screen. Once your Zoom window is positioned where you want it, you can start launching your content, such as PowerPoint. Arrange the content on the appropriate screen, likely the main projection screen. A tip that many find useful: in PowerPoint, go to the Slideshow tab, click Slideshow Setup, and choose Browse by an Individual window. This will allow the PowerPoint to be more easily arranged. Once the content is ready, use Zoom's screen sharing feature to share the appropriate window. This will let the in-person students see the content on the main screen, and the remote students will see it via the Zoom screen share. If you prefer to show content from your laptop, the initial setup is the same. Power up the system, choose the Room PC as the input, and sign into the PC. Launch a Zoom meeting from the Room PC, arrange the Zoom window as you'd like, but then on your laptop, join the same Zoom meeting. Bring up your content on your laptop and use Zoom on your laptop to share the content from your PowerPoint. Make sure to mute your laptop's video and audio. This will allow you to share your laptop screen both with the remote students and the students in the room. When class is done, you will need to log out of Applications and log out of the computer. End the Zoom meeting and sign out of Zoom. Next, log out of the instructor workstation. Finally, press the Display Off button on the controls. So that's it. That concludes our brief overview of a typical hybrid classroom here at Holy Cross. If you need any help, please reach out to our AV team at extension 3414 or by emailing audiovisual@holycross.edu. Or as we like to say, better call Paul.
For all your AV needs, we're here to help.